Hey Brian, I just went through and cleaned up your curves because you had all these goofy keys. I'm just on the arm, not on the rest of the body, but all these half keys. Like, you know, instead of just 1, 3, 5, you have like 11.21. Looks like you scaled your curves. Don't ever do that, man, because then you get all exactly that, all these goofy keys all over the place. So that's why you see these extra ones. That was me going back and keying around what you had so we wouldn't lose anything. Okay, so let's look at the hand here. So I wanted to kind of go over a few things just because I was writing in Sync Sketch, and then I thought, well, it might be easier if I just do it, and I'm not going to, you know, go crazy here. And by the way, your scene looks very good. I know all I do is throw fixes at you and stuff, and I don't say, hey, it looks good. It does. It looks real good. It's just, and I appreciate you really taking my advice and following my critiques. I think your scene's looking pretty good. So first thing I'm going to go over is just this arm. Like, it feels like the hand is, see how the hand is kind of flat to the camera? Like here. Like, just to make it feel better, let's make it more three-dimensional. So I'll do that in the graph. I'll just find the rotate at Z. Kind of zoom in on this. Put this whole part through here. So from there to there. And I think it'll hold there. Let's see. Maybe all the way to, okay, so let's say all the way till, yeah, even here. Okay. So we'll just take the whole thing and just rotate it up. Make it more three-dimensional. Gives it a little bit more depth. Okay, so it doesn't feel so kind of flat. And see how you're kind of bending the wrist there too? You're kind of over bending it. It's just too much. Usually your wrist hangs loose. It doesn't really do a lot if it's just dangling there. So you don't want it bent like that. So here I would bend it up. I would have this a little bit more like that. It kind of works with the rhythm of the hand there. As it comes back, it's going to drag a little bit, right? Again, I think you're over rotating it here, so I'm going to bring it back up. So about like that. So get rid of these. Just boom, do that. It looks like maybe just turn off that BG. Yeah, so we can look at it. Yeah, it's too much in the Z too. So I'm just going to take the Z over here. Let me move him. His Z animation and kind of, oh, maybe not. Maybe it's going to give me some trouble. Let's see here. If something like that. Yeah, it's getting a little better, and then rotate it a little bit more. So I got two monitors going here. So if you see something going on, it's moving, and that's me in the graph. It's just easier if I have two monitors. So I apologize. If it's something important, I'll pull it over and show you what I'm doing. Okay, yeah, so it's a little, now I re-rotated it back some, which is, whoops, wrong one. Rotate X. Rotate Y, I guess. Let's see. Something like so. Okay. It just feels better to me. Like this part, let's look at it over here. See how like your arm is up and your shoulder isn't? And then your wrist is kind of bent. It gives it that kind of, it just feels uncomfortable. It feels, because if your arm is going to be up like this, your shoulder will be up like that. And if you're gonna, do something kind of that, if you're gonna lift your arm up like that, you would make room for it. Oh, it looks like your spine's kind of tweaked too. You probably would lean over some if you're gonna lift your arm up like that much. If you're gonna, because look at his shoulder, it feels really like tweaked. Something like that. Okay, so we're not going to do that because I don't think it works with your scene. Okay, so we'll look at kind of what's going on here. So we don't want this hand, it's not doing anything that's important, this hand down here. We don't want it to distract. If it's moving down here, then it's kind of distracting because it's not necessary. So we'll look at it and then see what we can omit. Yeah, so I'd probably tuck that hand behind him and just keep it there. So let's look at his rotation. Yeah, so I would probably have it back like this. So like that, and then I'm going to look over here in the graph and see how that's where I keyed it right there. Like that, and then I'll just make these match that one. So here, let's use rotate. So there's where I changed it right there. So I'm going to keep these pretty much the same. So what I'm doing is hitting R and I'm going to scale them up. So they kind of meet evenly with that. Probably don't need this one. Delete it. Whoops. Then go back to regular translate. Okay, and this looks ugly, so let's hit that. Yeah, probably don't need this one. It's nice and smooth. Okay, and then translating it up there, if he's going to bring the arm forward, it's probably going to, I see what you're doing, you're anticipating it. So he's kind of anticipating before he lifts the arm up. Right there. But I don't think we need to really lift it that much. I would actually go back a little bit and then forward rather than up and over. So kind of back and then like that rather than up and over. So we'll just take it down a bit. Where are we at here? Yeah, so I just bring that, keep it subtle. We don't want to draw attention to it. Okay, so we kind of wobbling out there too, isn't it? A little crazy X going on here. Yeah, I don't think we need that. Come on. Sorry, I'm just going to do it over here, out of the way here. Okay, we have some Z, which I think we probably need a little bit more of that and a little less Y and X. So let's see. Okay, so it's going to go back. So it settles there. Yeah, I think even the Y needs to be toned down. It's kind of drifting a little bit. Let's play Blaster real quick and look at it. Hey, awesome. Let's play blasting in 7, and it gives me a green screen. That's fantastic. Let's see, where's that going to? So let me see where that's going to. Play blast. Is that going to? Let's put save to file, browse, put downloads. I'll put desktop. Easy. I'll name that. Okay. Boom. And I can open it in X. Okay. Sorry. I don't know why it's doing that. I don't think it supports. Yeah, it should be opening. I'll change them all. Try that now. Should work. Let's see. There we go. All right. Okay, yeah, so it's getting there. Yeah, it kind of drifts up, so we'll tighten that up a little. So we'll get it there. Make it more deliberate so it just gets there and pauses where it's not just drifting. That's an easy fix. Let's see. Yeah, you have it on. Okay. Okay, let's see what that looks like. And then your Z, same thing. X. I'm just going through all of them real quick just to see. Okay, there we go. That's it. Okay, that should be good. Okay, so it drags. Okay. Then he goes forward. It's like he's leading with the hand, but it's kind of moving at the same time as the leg. Not bad, but we can probably fix it. Take that foot, maybe delay it a little bit. Got more of those half keys down here, man. What's up? There we go. Yeah, just break it up a little bit. Okay. So now it's a little more 3/4 to camera, and then actually right here, I'm going to key that one. So it's not so profile. Thought I fixed that, but apparently not. Okay, X. No. What the hell's going on? This thing's like flipping out. It's like, is there gimbal on here? Let me see. We have a constraint on here. What's he constrained to? Is it the fridge? Well, you don't need a constraint to the fridge. Just use the IK, but I don't know. Yeah, so S there. That's keyed, that's keyed, that's keyed. So I'll key this one. Get rid of this one, see what we get. Okay, a little better. So you just want more of a 3/4 hand, right? You don't want the hand that looks so flat. Okay, so that looks better. Okay, let's turn that BG back on. what else did I write? I wrote something else too. Sorry, I gotta go look at my notes here. Let's see, where was that? Okay. So we got, yeah, the hand. Okay, we did that. Same here. Okay, that hand too. Yeah, swatch it. Yeah, more 3/4 to camera rather than side view. I think, yeah, you have the hand kind of up. It kind of tweaks the shoulder up there. See, like that? It looks like you translated it out or something. It feels kind of broke. I'd keep the shoulder up. These are easy fixes, really. It's just, you know, going in the graph and do you do that little finger thing? I know what you're going for. It's okay, but you have the hand kind of stuck in space there, right? Like from here, if you watch when he goes up, it looks like there's a little imaginary shelf sitting under his hand. He leans on it and then slides over. You see what I'm saying? Like, you need to put an arc in it. So if he's going to bring his arm up, again, I wouldn't have it so high. I'd probably have it a little lower. And if he's going to raise his arm up, his shoulder would probably be up some. It would be something more like what I have here, you know, something more like this. A kind of a shape. Right here it feels boom, 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 very uncomfortable. Again, it looks like he's leaning on an imaginary shelf. And then there, you kind of have him go forward. I know what you're trying to do. You're trying to have it where he's about to grab something, and then he changes his mind, and he's like, hey, I see that, but it feels a little like with the little imaginary chef or shelf thing, and then that part feels a little stiff. Like, you see his hand just goes right there. You need to like animate. You need to really actually. This is where you need to animate those fingers. Okay, so that's what 154. So like, let's look at that. So 154. So I mean, your scene looks good, dude. And these are nitpicky things, but they're important. We want to plus this so it looks, you know, really good. 154. Yeah. So like around here, I would have a hand pose more. Oh shit! Sorry, headphones got stuck there. Something like this. Pose those fingers. Probably, oh, not spread. What am I doing? Twist them. Something like that. That's not good, is it? Let's see. Maybe the hands cupped a little too much. Yeah, not really. Yeah, we'll just rotate it. Something that reads 3/4. I might pull it in a little too. We want to break the hand up. Let's bring those in a little bit. Maybe bring that up. That's better. So let's break the fingers up so they kind of, I would clump maybe these three together a little bit more. And then have this one maybe a little bit more up. Well, maybe not that far. Like he's about, like his finger's out there for just a beat. That's 8 frames basically, roughly. Like he's about to grab those eggs, and then, what the F, you know. Okay, so that's keyed. Get rid of this one. Actually, you know what? Let's drop that arm, then do that. So like overall here, like I was saying, the arm's just too high. It draws attention to it. See how it's sticking out like that? It just feels really uncomfortable. It just feels too like Egyptian-y. You know I always say that, but it's true. You know, you don't want that kind of, that King Tut look. So we'll just take in the graph here, I'll just drop it down I do all that stuff in the graph just because it's easier. Because if you grab, you know, instead of doing it individually, if you just grab like just that section and just move it down, you can get away with a lot of fixes. Doing it really quickly. Okay, so he's right here. I probably would lower this. So let's start here, and then we'll go to, where am I at? What frame is that? 72. Oh, yeah, and then there. Okay, so yeah, all the way to, yeah, even here. Okay, so I'm just going to grab all this and then take it down like that. Okay, so we're locking out there, so we don't want that to go that far. So let me bring this up some. See, and whenever you see stuff like this, where you see boom, 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 like that, it's probably a wobble. So you either want to delete this or this. So, you know, you probably want something more like that, or something more like this, depending on, you know, we can look at it. Yeah, he kind of goes boom right there. I probably would Z that out a little bit, kind of have it go back and come, and then I kind of go past this and then come back. Let's see. So let me key this. I'm just going to kind of eyeball this for a second and see what we can come up with. And let's spline that so it goes out and past. Okay, the rotation needs to be adjusted now because it's kind of more to profile like that. We want it a little bit more 3/4. Okay, so oh, that's the opposite way. What? This is crazy town. I wonder if we're about there. Let's see that. That's probably jacking the other three. This is weird. What's this set to? Sorry. Let's see. Is it that one? I always change all the icons and all the buttons. I look at them, it's like, what? It looks different. Position. Let's set it to world. Why are you not doing it? No. That's odd. See how long it's been since I've had to do this. Object. World. Oh, I did it. Okay, world. So, no, I don't want world, I want object. What's in my mind here? Okay, now it's object. Okay. Alright. That's what I want. Okay, so now that I've totally ruined everything. Alright, let's see. See how that looks. That looks like it's, you set it to linear or something. Okay. Okay, I think it's, okay, yeah, we gotta fix that. Okay, we don't want that. And then rotate. It's kind of like untangling spaghetti here. This would be more, yeah, we don't want it rotated so much, so far up. And then rotate him like that. So we bring him down and then up. Yeah, we don't want that pivot where he's just rotating there. See that? So we'll probably change some of those translation keys. Sorry, I'm getting a message here. Oh, okay. So I would dip this down. So for the arc, actually, let's look at this. So he's going to turn and then dip it as he comes up there. And then I might bring this up so he kind of, it plateaus there, but it doesn't quite stop. So I'll bring this down. So we have a slight, like that, in terms of like the translate Y. Okay, and then we'll just flatten that guy. Yeah, we got that weird turn. See that? Look, that's what's killing it. It's like his X. Just delete them. Boom. Yeah, we don't want that. See, and then everything's all goofy. It's almost it'd probably be easier just to go back and rekey this. Just blow away the rotations. Let me see something real quick. Did I do anything? So there's our rotates there. That. So when it comes up here, I think it's also that elbow kind of sticking out there. It's like it's all working together to kind of muck it up and make it feel a little odd. So translate this sucker back like that. That's much better. Get rid of you. And this shoulder would be, especially his hand is so high up, his shoulder would have to be up for it to, like that. It feels so tweaked here. Let's see, is it, no, it's not translated. It just feels really overly, see how weird, that looks so weird. Let's just kind of simplify that a bit. We'll just zero it out. When in doubt, zero it out. Okay, just kind of bring it. Something like that. That's better. Boom. Boom, get rid of that. So he's up like this. So that he's gonna, his hands, it's gonna stay up like that probably to about here. Shift E. He's gonna drop it when he says hey. Hey. Actually, it might be right before he says hey. Come on. So I'll take this frame right there. Shift E, and I'll pull this out so it kind of blends in. Try that. There we go. And then, whoa. Oh, okay, that was left over from before. Delete that. Delete that. Where the F are the eggs, man? Or hard-boiled eggs? Did I just mess that up? I think I did. What the heck did I do? Oh, it's his upper body. Okay. Yeah, I think you're really cranking that. This with this, I think that might be what the culprit here. Yeah. Let's see. Turn this guy off. All right. This is Y. Bring that up a little bit. Okay. Scale that up some. Okay. So some weird wobbles going on there. We'll keep it when he drops his shoulder. We'll keep it there. So it goes from here to there, and then we'll blow this away. And now it's going to be more like that. Like, what the heck, man? Okay. Yeah. Okay, so, hey. Now these are moving at the same time now. You don't want that. Actually, let's delay this arm then. We'll keep this out of the way. So we'll postpone that coming up. Let's grab that whole thing. It's complicated, but this is what when you get to that point where you're polishing. I'm just going to keyframe all of these. And delete all these, your crazy half keys in here. Shame on you. You should be ashamed of yourself. All right. Look at this. Crazy. Okay. So there's another one right there. Come on, select it. All right. Put a little antique there. There. Put a little dip right there. So it goes down and up. So they're not moving at the same time. I don't think we'll see it because it should be behind him. No, maybe we do. So not rotate, damn it. Sorry. Translate. I almost feel like it should drag behind him until he gets to about here. Like, you know, if it's behind him and then comes up at the last second, it probably would read better instead of moving up at the same time. Let's try that. So I'm going to rekey these guys. Just make sure I got them right. See what you made me do? Okay. Key that one, that one, that one. Let's get all these. You know what all this is for here. Crazy. So I just need the hand. Okay, so here, where was that? That half key. Right there. There's the butthole right there. Alright, so we're going to retime this, so it's going to go back, and then we're going to delay it until about, the hand will come up about here. So I'm going to go ahead and just push all the timing up here just to see what I get. Probably have to drop frames, but that is perfectly fine. This is what I do all the time when I'm, you know, you're just retiming stuff. Whoops. You're chopping it up is kind of what I call it. Like you're taking this, you put it all together like this, and then you see where the time, there's too much and not enough, and then you adjust it. Got a lot of keys in here we can probably blow away. Okay, so there's that. So we'll take that one, move these guys up like this. So let's see. Yeah, not too bad. Still feels a little even, right? See, like this stuff, we would not want it to be so even. So here we'll probably take this one, drop it down, give it more of an arc on the way up. Rid of these guys. Boom. Don't need that. Yep, so this would be down here. And it's going to come up smooth. Boom. So it's going to swing right up. So, like that. So it's almost behind him. It's actually, we have too many keys in here. It needs to go backwards. So it needs to go back here. that key would actually be there. So we'll get rid of this one and that one. So it's going to go back, then come up. So this is too far forward. That's probably supposed to be something more like here. And get rid of that one. Drop that one down. Like that. Boom. So it goes behind him, then comes up. So we see those little wobbly things going on with the hand? It's distracting, right? So if we just got that guy behind him out of view, it's much better because right now it's kind of drawing your eye down here, which is not good. You know, it's like, especially when it's like right where his goods are. So like right there is not bad. Let's look at what's going on with these guys and see if we can tuck him back there and keep it out of the way. Translate Z, translate X. I don't know why that's showing up. Okay. Okay. Mostly Z. Alright. I'm sorry if I'm putting you to sleep, dude. It's just, this stuff is kind of, you know, we're at that point where we got to finish her up, make it look good. So it's all these little details that make all the difference. You know, it's polishing it. So there we go. It's getting there. We don't want this, it popping out. We'll get rid of that. I think there's an X key in there too. Yep, we don't want that one. Boom, 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 bang, boom, boom, boom. So it comes up. It's just enough to where it's not moving exactly with the body, and it's opposing this arm. So like when you have opposing action, see how the arm's going the opposite direction? That's good. There, that's better. Okay, so we got that. Let me save this. So, and if you can kind of see what I'm doing, I'm actually just taking your scene and I'm just deleting some things and moving some things closer together. I haven't changed one pose except for maybe some of the shoulders and stuff. So when I send this back to you, don't delete it. You know, keep it. I'm not going to do the whole thing, but I'm just going to go through some of it. And then like the other thing I wanted to touch on was yeah, this pivoty thing on when it's up in the air. It feels like it's sitting on kind of an imaginary shelf. You want to get rid of that. Like, to be honest, I would leave this arm down. Me, personally, I would leave the arm down while he's looking in the fridge. I would have it over here, with shoulder down, arm back here, so we're just looking at his face. I know what you're going for. You have the hand up like he's about to touch something, which is fine. And you do the little finger, thing, and it's funny. I was just talking about this with one of my coworkers, how students always want to put in the little finger things. So it's kind of a not a cliche, but a cliche. So it's okay. The little finger thing, like you're about to grab something. That thing. Yeah, you don't really need it, but it's okay. Yeah, I would simplify this arm way down. I would just keep it out of the way. I would keep it out of the way until he's about to grab it, so we see it. Yeah, like here, I would have it down here. Like he keeps it tucked back, and then he lifts it up right when he's about to grab, then stop, because that'll really draw your eye to it. But I'm not really going to change it because it's your scene, and you've put a lot of work into it. So it's okay. It does work. So here, when he's leaning this way, let me grab his neck. I think I noticed throughout your scene, and I know I harp on keeping the 3/4 so we can see his face, and you've done an awesome job with that. But it looks like you're afraid to tilt his head. Notice his eye line is always even throughout the whole scene. When he leans down here, you have the head kind of still even like that. Feels like you're tweaking his neck some. So I would animate his head tilting. So, and I'll kind of show you what I mean right here. When he does that, when he's looking back, I probably would have a pose more like this. Like he's talking to the guy off screen over here. And then when you turn, oh, look at that. Come on. Are you serious? 75 frickin' 0.21 gigawatts? You're ruining my scene here, man. Let's get rid of that. It's alright. And then when he turns this way, I would drag that head. I would have him like right there. Oh, not there. What am I doing? It would be about like that. Not the neck. I would have the head and the neck. You always want to use both. When you just use one, you know, it looks really stiff. Like so. Okay. Again with your half keys. Okay. See that? Look at that. This crazy. Okay. I will key everything right there. I hope you've learned a valuable lesson from this. Never scale your curves. High middle mouse. Get rid of that. Okay. Alright. Kind of forgot what I was doing now. Oh yeah, the head tilt. So when he looks back this way, I would have him get to something like that. So this pose would probably be there. Delete that. See, man, you're breaking my flow. F. Just kidding. Okay. Let's see. Yeah, so he leans back like that, and then when he turns, I would not put that stupid wobble like he did, but I would drag the head and then turn it around like this way. And when he turns this way, well, I don't know if it's here or maybe, yeah, when he leans in here, actually, I wouldn't do it there. I would do it here. When he leans in here, I'd have his head more rotated. Come on. Okay. So right there, I would have something more like that. So it looks like he's tilting his head, like looking in. It gives it just more dimension, because right now, if you look at it, it feels very kind of twisted. Actually, I don't think you really... Oh, you didn't pose that at all. So, hey, that's an easy fix now, isn't it? So let's watch it and see how far. Yeah. Yeah, and then when he turns... Now, the turning part, I think, is a big one. Yeah, he looks really off balance here. If you look at his feet, see that? Even the camera view, it really stands out. Get rid of this. I noticed it in the turn-in you had. Yeah, it feels right there. It feels really like he's sitting on an imaginary horse or something. And the legs rotating, see how it's moving around at the same time as the body? It feels really kind of stiff. So, or off balance, I mean. Animate those pole vectors, dude. Knees over the toes. Okay. Okay. So Let's see how he turns here. Yeah, when he turns, you have him swing with the arm, but it feels like he's so straight up and down. Like it feels very rigid, very stiff. So let me see what I would do. So let's see, from here, let's look at it in the camera view. Okay. I probably would step him back. So, like he's anticipating a big thing where he's going to slam that door. So looking at this, I probably would. He comes down. He needs to be in a position where he can really slam that. So I would say about there. There's his foot there. Okay, he's off balance big time there. So he would probably have to lean in. And his butt's going to come back some too, which means his hips need to be rotated. Spine. Pose that back. And that's about when he's about to really fling it. This looks stiff. That hand pose. Terrible. Let's get those fingers posed. It's a little, oops, maybe too much. I guess it's alright. What's going on? Oh, okay. Let's just get rid of all that. And I break these up. A bit more, yeah. It's a little more broken up. So let's take that hand pose. Got a broken wrist there. Yeah, looks like you got a lot of elbows sticking out. I think I know what you're going for, but it's almost like you don't know what to do with them, maybe. So, well, let's go back to that pose. Okay, so we have that. Okay. There's that pose, okay. What the? I think I got keys on top of keys here. Shit. Let's see. 2, 3. Well, that's it. So select all. Yeah, that's it right there. Okay, so we're gonna get rid of this. Get rid of the next one. So you can kind of see the difference between what was before and then after. Like, that's not too bad. Like this. See it? Look how stiff that is. And then graph editor. I might have to stop this getting super long. I'm sorry to make you sit through all this. You're probably dying, but I wanted you to see kind of what I was getting at. It's so nuanced to a lot of this. It's just like too much to really go into over a, one of those sync sketch dealy bops. And you're kind of at a point where you're ready to start cleaning your stuff up. And I want it to be good because I like your scene. Like I said, dude, I appreciate you really doing all the things I ask you to. It's actually very rewarding when I see somebody who listens to my critiques and actually does what I asked them to do. It makes things so much better and so much easier. Not only for me, but for the person, because I don't have to keep repeating myself and drive him crazy. Okay, so then he would, boom. So when he is like coming back, like, where is that pose? Is that it? No. Like, so that foot, actually, we're going to just blow away what's over there. We don't need that. Actually, we don't need any of this. We're going to stick with this one. Come on, darn it. Okay, so the foot's sliding out there. Where's his final pose? Okay, so the foot is out here. Maybe like that. I always pose the feet, even if you don't see him, it just helps me see balance-wise where the weight is and where he should be. Like here, he feels off balance, right? So his cog should be over this way more. So when he comes around, he should be more this way. So he's balanced there. Get rid of that. Get rid of that. Get rid of this. Okay. There's our final pose. Shoot. Where's that pose? Which frame? Okay, get rid of this. Okay. That knee, get rid of that. Okay. Boom, so he's going to get that foot over there. First thing he's going to do is slide that foot over. Boom. Bang. What? Alright, looks like his goofy keys. Oops. F. Let's find that. Okay, that is the last key right there. That is it. This one is where the foot is going to end up. Am I on the frame? Yeah. I'm going to delete everything after that so it stays put. Come on. Okay. Again, I'm going to blow away everything after that so that stays there. Boom. So we want to get that foot over there quick. So he puts his weight forward, right? And when he puts his weight forward, that puts the weight on the other foot, which gives him the ability to slide this foot back. So we're going to do that pretty darn fast. What the heck is going on here? It's like, how many times do I have to redo this? Am I missing something? Okay. Get rid of you. Don't need that. There's our key right there. So it's like, boom, like that. So he's getting that foot over there, so he's stable. It'll be rotated more this way, like that. All right, so There's that key. I'm just fixing it in the graph here. Even though we won't see it, it makes me feel good. So when he flings that thing, that leg's going to shoot over there first. We have a nice stretch with that foot. So let's see, let's do a select all. Yeah, see how he looks very straight up and down? It feels really stiff. You don't want poses like this. You got that twist right there, which is much more dynamic, right? Like you could really go crazy with this, lean him in. Like let's say like this pose here, I might have him, let's do his spine. Get those shoulders up. And get his expression, just like his eyes are squinty and he's just like gritting his teeth. You know, he's ready to just murder somebody. Let me get that elbow up. That. Maybe twist this. Yeah, maybe get that arm up there. Oh, there's the thunder. And then also with the eyes, when you pose the eyes, turn on the individual eye control, right? And then you want to pose the eyes like he's looking at something. Like this. You always want to give the eyes like that kind of... See how it looks like he's looking at something? Like before? He looks dead, right? So you want to get that kind of... like he's looking at something. It just brings him to life. So when he's over here, I would have him looking back. So maybe this one, like that. So you can't get a good eye pose really unless you have those things kind of activated. Otherwise you get stuck with the generic wall-eyed look. So I would go back and do some of that good stuff. So I'll put that here just so it doesn't freak out. Yeah, I'd have him looking back. Like he's looking back like, who the hell back, like in the house, basically. But if you have a pose like that, see how strong that is? You have a nice straight here, nice line of action. I probably would. His weight is over here. So it just adds a lot, and then you have a nice curve, wham, like that. Beautiful. Oh yeah. Pull that like that. It helps. It makes it, see now he's got that twist. So that pose right there, that's beauty. There. So let's hit S on that sucker. And then you go from here. And then the pose here when he flings it, let's build that one. When he's gesturing up here, I would have him like he comes into a pose very, very similar to this one over here, but just more towards us. So let's look at that camera view. Yeah. So he would be spine bent. His cog would be actually more over here. And his weight would probably be more this way, because he's putting his weight over this foot. And hips would be. And actually his weight would probably come up because he anticipated to chuck that thing. So now he would probably stand up some, but his back would still be bent over because he's like fuming angry. You know, it's kind of like that, you know, head leaning forward and like an animal, kind of like I'm ready to, you know, take somebody's head off for eating my hard-boiled eggs. Spine here. So I'm going to tweak him forward. Drop that arm down. Actually, what do you have him do here? Okay, yeah, just as with the other arm. I would get this arm out of the way. I'd probably have this bit behind him. You've probably noticing, you hear me say that. You know, when you don't need something, then just kind of get it out of the way. You don't need to have an arm gesture for everything or both arms all the time. It starts looking really kind of distracting, which is not a good thing. Looks like probably be up a little bit. Okay, I promise I'm almost done. I'm sorry I do this. I kind of get into it, you know, because it's a cool scene. I want to see it come out real good. And it looks good. You just have some work on it, but it's going to be a nice piece for your demo. Let's tuck that under so we don't see it sticking out between his legs. You don't really want that. It looks a little bit. Okay, maybe put it back here a little bit. Leave it like that for now. And then he's probably looking. We need an eye direction. So if the fridge is this way, more than likely people are the opposite direction, so I probably would have his head kind of looking the other way. And he's hunched over, kind of brooding. He's like, you know, he's pissed off. It's like, who the hell? And we have this nice arc going this way, so we can continue that with his head. And then if I can find his eyes, oh, there they are. So might have to change that facial expression. I turned the face and stuff off. I put a button over here, just so, you know, yeah, like that. So I'll let you do that. Let's look at it in the camera. These guys look weird when you cover the neck up, so you can't really get away with the head covering the neck. It looks very flat, so I'll kind of work on that. Okay, let's get that spine kind of working this way. This. All right. Like so. Arm's looking goofy. What is that elbow? Is that it? Yeah. Yeah, I think he would have both hands fisted at this point. He's just totally, you know, fuming. Let's see this one. Okay. Where's his head? There it is. Whoa, that is crazy. Zero that out. This would probably be more. too cranked there with that spine. So I'm going to turn them this way. Bring that spine back some. Doesn't look good with a broken back. Okay. I kind of have to do the expression, otherwise it looks weird. Turn that face on. I told you I'd try and hurry, I'm sorry. I always do this. Alright, so let's zero this out. Zero this out. Zero that out. So I'll just give this guy a in and out, really. That kind of psychotic, like, I want to kill you kind of face, you know. And the low lids up. And then we'll look at those eyes. So here, I would, like I always zero it out and start over, just makes it easier. Oops. See how that looks. Yeah, it should be. That's a little too ambitious with him leaning so far forward. Yeah, he would probably be back here some. Actually, I think this arm, yeah, I would have this back too. He's just like, dang it! You know, he's got his arms behind his back almost. He's thrusting his face forward. He's so pissed. Yeah, let's grab that spine. I think that's too much. So what I'll do is like I'll actually go through and see what I can find as an in-between. Something that's a little bit more tapered or a little bit more subtle. Okay, so then we have this one. Okay, and then the ones between. I'm over in the graph here, getting rid of that extra keys. Okay, so this one. So what I'll do here is take this one and then kind of pull it out. I like that one. Make that the key instead of the one I had before for the spine. Delete, and then take these back. Okay. It's getting there. Actually, I like that better than this one. Yeah, maybe he needs to be more balanced so he looks more ticked off. Like that. and then not so leaned over. From this, so this pose, like he's leaning over, yelling off screen, maybe in his neck. Yeah, I don't like that. Actually, it looks kind of wonky. So what are we coming from? We're coming from a big, yeah, this pose. And then we're going to go from this to, what was that one I did? Oh, that one, okay. So from here, see, like that's pretty good there. To that. We want it to, actually we want him to slam around. So here, we want him to be turned, like he needs to, fling it and then overshoot his upper body. That's what I was getting at. That's what I forgot. So I'll try and do that super quick, and then we can be done. Just so you kind of know what I'm saying. Spine. That's what I was intending in the beginning. Got carried away. So he flings that thing shut. So we go from that big pose over here. Was it to that one? So he flings it shut. So let's see, select all. Select all here. S. Don't need that. Okay. Keep that one. Get rid of that one. So there's our pose there. Boom, flings it shut, and then has his rampage. I actually might, honestly, I would probably have him take a step too. If he flings it like that, he's probably going to throw his weight over here. He's going to go take a 1-2 step to counter his balance there, like from here to there. Where's that pose? Did I mess all that up? Where'd that pose go? Oh, right there. Duh. Boom. Bang. Boom. breakdown wise, you could probably get, just take this, go 1, 2. So break this guy down. So this arm's going to be probably way over here. A little more twisty up here. You get crazy with these poses. His hand wouldn't be in a fist, though. I'm sorry about that. I think that would actually be. Like that. So go 1, 2, 3. So select all. Those are keys. Starts to move, like boom. I'll go from there. And then here you could just literally take that pose there. Key it. Go from here to here. Give us a frame there. And then build that breakdown from that. You're flinging that thing. You want people to know you're angry. Get a really good stretch. So, boom. This would probably be actually back over here. Boom, like that. Boom, slam that sucker. Like that. And then he'll finish the line, you know, when he slams it, probably in a pose something like this. Like, who the hell ate my fucking, or sorry, my, like when he says boiled, he would stay over here like boiled, and then when he says eggs, he would end up in his end pose, which is going to be more like this, right? But I think I would have this pose like just, yeah, this is, you know, he like, you know, just, the dude's just like ready to, like I said, he's ready to murder somebody. You know, I've been there. And when I was a kid, man, my little sister or brother would like sneak into my room and steal my gum or something out of my dresser, or eat all the ice cream and lie about it. It's like, dang it, you know. Ready to kill. Yeah, let's move him up. Push him. I'd probably throw that neck out there too. He's just like, ugh, you know. He's like, you are gonna die. Get him towards camera some. Yeah. I think I kind of made my point. I think you kind of see what I'm getting at. Like the ending needs this. Needs a little bit more oomph. And I think if you slam that door like that, it's gonna and then you end on a pose like this, it's gonna feel more, just more powerful. So let's see, let me select all here. Okay, where was that? Okay, so we have that pose. This. Boom. Okay. So he flings it like that, right? My hard-boiled eggs. And then he just stays in this pose. This is his recoil. He recoils into this, you know, like that. I mean, you know, like a slow burn. I don't know if you... So like right here, see that arm pose? Perfect. Just kidding. So if you watch it, you know, he's like, boom. Then he moves into that pose. So we have enough time. So I think that would sell that scene big time. So I'm going to send you the scene. I want you to use this. Please. I think it will help you. I know you put a lot of work into that, but I think if you go this route, it'll strengthen the ending. And then you have, you just, you know, I left your face and stuff alone, but I would like you to kind of go work on the eyes. And then once you get this done, please turn it in as quick as you can. You've been awesome about your turnarounds, and I'm trying to get to your stuff as quick as I can. I honestly, you can see my list of critiques I have to do today. It's just, it's a ton. And to be, you know, yours are fun. Where's that at? Where's my list? It's like I got all these, and this is only one class. I have or I'm sorry, this is PCC. I have another class now, Portfolio 5, with a couple of students in there. So it's going to be a little while before I can get you another critique. But if you do all the stuff that I said, I think this scene is going to be, I know you can rock it. And again, dude, thank you so much for taking all my critiques like a champ and actually implementing them. I appreciate that. Okay? So I'll post the scene file up and give you a concept share link to it. And then, you know, obviously you're watching this when, so you'll get the video. But again, thanks, man. Awesome.